Hi, Sir Reginald C. Sibog and BS Cream 2-2. I am Nino Montero Manuel together with my partner John BJ Marquez. We will report the different kind and different best practices of Canadian police system. And our content is all about short details about Canada, overview of Canada police system, short history of the police system, organizational structure, their requirements, firearm, weapons, and equipment, their uniform, rank, and best practices, and other details.
So, magandang araw. Ako nga pala si John VJB Marquez at for today's discussion, ang pag-uusapan natin ay ang RCMP or Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So, ano nga ba muna ang meron type of government ang Canada? So, 'di ba ang Philippines mayroong republic and ano naman sa Canada? Sa Canada, meron tayong federal parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. Ang constitutional monarchy, ibig sabihin, meron kings, queens, at merong mga pasahan, 'di ba? Ng mga power through the monarchy. Ganon. Tapos, yung federal naman, government, yung Canada is as federation, which means power is shared between federal and provincial governments. So, yung mga authority daw ay hindi isa lang nagmumula, kundi bawat province meron silang shared powers. Tapos po, yung head of government ng Canada ay tinatawag na Prime Minister. Connected po kasi yung government, pati po yung pamamalakad ng law enforcement. So, yung law enforcement po nung Canada is tinatawag na Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So, ang history po ng Royal Canadian Mounted Police ay pag-usapan po natin yan. RCMPS, colloquially known as Mounties, internally as the Force. So, ang tawag daw sa mga pulis ng Canada ay Mounties. Tapos, makikita mo sila, suot nila is red. Tapos, nakasakay sila sa mga horse. Yun yung unang itsura ng pinagmulahan ng RCMP. Tapos, ang RCMP is National Police Force of Canada and one of the most recognized in its kind in the world, being a national, federal, provincial, and municipal policing body. So, it is founded in 1920 by the merger of Royal Lord Westmount Mountain Police 1873 with the Dominion Police noong 1868. So, bali po pinagsama po pala ng Kapersonal North ng Royal Northwest Mounted Police tsaka Dominion Police ang RCMP.
So, dito naman po tayo sa organizational structure. Ang organizational structure ay may tatlong bahagi, ang national, division at detachment. Dito po sa national, the RCMP is organized under the authority of Royal Canadian Mounted Police Act. In accordance with the Act, it headed the commissioner who is under direction of Minister of Public Safety, has control and management of force and all matters connected therewith. So dito po sa national, ang RCMP po ang nag-organize at nag-manage lahat ng control para mas maging maayos ang Canada. So dito naman po sa division, ang RCMP po ay divide sa mga country para po sa command purposes. In general, each division is coterminous with province. Pag sinabi po natin coterminous, may boundaries po each province para po mas maayos yung ang pag-organize sa kanila. So dito naman po sa detachment is ang meaning. Detached is a section of RCMP which policies a local area. So pag sinabi nating policies a local area is ang hanay ng mga layunin ng mga otoridad ng estados na nilayan upang maimpluwensya ng isang tiyak na lugar at panlipunan at pang-ekonomiya pag-unlad ng publiko. So ito yung mga requirements para makapasok sa Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Number 1 is be a Canadian citizen, have permanent resident status. Number 2, be at least 19 years of age at the time of engagement. Number 3, be proficient in English or French. And number 4, possess a valid unrestricted driver license. Number 5 is possess a Canadian secondary school, high school, diploma, or equivalent. Number 6, meet the health psychology standard. Number 7, meet the vision standard. Number 8, meet the hearing standard. Number 9, meet the necessary level of physical abilities. And number 10, be prepared to carry the firearm and to use it or any other necessary physical force. Number 11, be willing to spend 26 weeks of the RCMP Academy in Regina, Saskatchewan. Number 12, be willing to recreate anywhere within Canada. Number 13, be willing to work shift work including weekends and holidays. And lastly, be aware of expectation with regards to tattoos and piercing. So, kung makikita nyo dyan sa taas, yung mga uniform ng mga Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Yung naka-red na may kabayo. At tinatawag din silang Red Surge. So, next naman, punta tayo dito sa firearms, weapons, at equipment. Ito yung mga types ng firearms nila ng mga unang panahon. Tapos, mga weapons, like parang AK-47, ganun. Tas, yung equipments nila is meron silang glasses or helmet na nakapalibot sa kanilang muka.
Dumako naman tayo sa mga ranggo ng Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So, una, simulan natin sa corporal. So, yung corporal naman, ang trabaho nito ay detachment, commander, or investigator. Kapag nakakita kayo ng dalawang tatsulok, na yung tatsulok nun is nakaturo pababa, then tinatawag silang corporal. At ang sumunod sa corporal is sergeant. Ang sergeant is merong tatlong tatsulok na nakaturo pababa, at sa taas nun ay merong crown. Ang trabaho naman ng sergeant is detachment commander. And sumunod sa sergeant is staff sergeant. And yung staff sergeant, meron siyang 4 na tatsulok na nakaturo pataas. At ang trabaho nun is detachment commander. Susunod naman doon is staff sergeant. Ang palatandaan kapag makakita kayo ng staff sergeant sa Royal Canadian Mounted Police is merong crown. And sa crown, sa pagitan nun, merong maple leaves ng Canada. And ang trabaho nun is detachment commander. Tapos, halos lahat ng sergeant ay trabaho talaga nila is detachment commander. So, sumunod naman sa staff sergeant, which is yung panglima, yung sergeant major. Yung sergeant major, palatandaan sa kanya is merong 4 na tatsulok na nakaturo pababa, at sa taas nun is merong corona or crown. And lastly, meron tayo sa non-commissioned officers ng RCMP ay ang Corps Sergeant Major. So only one member only is used rank. So meron Sergeant Major. So ang palatandaan nito ay meron dalawang flag, nakikita niyo yun. And then sa pagitan ng flag, merong crown. And then sa dalawang flag, merong corps. At dumako tayo sa pang-7 na rank mula sa pinaka-lowest pataas. So pang-7 sa pinakamataas ay ang inspector. Papasok na siya sa commission officer. Yung inspector, kapag nakita kayo ng crown na nag-iisa, yun ang palatandaan na siya ay inspector. Tapos pang-8 is yung superintendent na sumunod sa inspector. Palatandaan doon is merong crown. And then sa baba ng crown is merong sun. At dumako na tayo sa chief superintendent. Yung chief superintendent, palatandaan sa kanya is yung meron siyang isang crown, tapos sa ilalim ng isang crown is merong dalawang sun, at sumunod na pinakamataas sa Chief Superintendent ay ang Assistant Commissioner. Sa listahan naman, pang-sampu ang Assistant Commissioner. Ang trabaho ng Assistant Commissioner is each of the division of the RCMP, effectively commanding force members in each province. So yung Assistant Commissioner, siya yung pinaka-head at siya yung nagko-command sa mga force member ng bawat province na meron ang RCMP. Tapos ang palatandaan sa kanya is meron siyang crown na nag-iisa, at sa baba ng crown merong tatlong sun na nakapwesto ng pa-triangle. At pag nakita kayo nun, yun na yung Assistant Commissioner sa Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And pang-11, which is the Deputy Commissioner. So, meron tatlong Deputy Commissioner ang RCMP. Ang palatandaan sa kanila ay meron silang isang crown, at sa ilalim ng crown, meron naka-X na sword, ganun. Yung palatandaan sa Deputy Commissioner. At panghuli, pang-12 is ang Commissioner. Ang Commissioner, there is only one Commissioner in RCMP. Ibig sabihin nun, nag-isa lang yun. At siya yung pinaka-head. Tapos, ang palatandaan ng Commissioner, kapag nakita kayo, is may crown. And sa ilalim ng crown is merong sun. At sa ilalim ng sun is merong sword. Yun po ang palatandaan. Yun ang lahat ng ranggo ng police ng Canada na nagsimula sa corporal at natapos sa commissioner. Bali 12 po sila all in all na napag-usapan natin. At sana manayin at tatandaan kayo sa mga bawat itsura ng ranggo na meron sila. Best practices of Canadian Mounted Police. First is accountability. Polices, processes, and practices should be based on the principle of accountability, fairness, and integrity. And second one, evidence-based on policing. Policies, processes, and practices should be based on evidence. Naka-base daw sila dun sa evidence with research, education, and scholarship as foundational elements. And third one, democratic policing. Police decision making. Yung mga police daw is sila yung nagdi-decision. And yung mga practices should be based on Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom. And fourth one is standard policing. Police policies, practices, and practice should be standard. Dapat daw standard lang across the province, including uniform code of ethics. And the fifth one is accountable policing. There should be an independent police oversight and investigative body that is transparent, responsive, and well-equipped. And the last one is open channels. Police should let their people know that they care about them. Dapat daw alam ng mga tao na meron pag-iingat or iniingatan sila. And explaining why they're doing something. Dapat nakikita din ng mga tao na responsible at nagagampanan yung tungkulin ng mga pulis. Kaya tinatawag siyang open channel. And yun lang. Salamat.